And now we will move on to the main item of today, which is the course workshop. So there are two things we try to do today. The first one, we will go over some degree requirements for the master degree, for the PhD degree, and also for the concurrent statistics master degree. So so the point of this is just to make sure that we are all on the same page. And if you are not quite sure about that, you can raise a question and then we can discuss that, or we can, if we don't have the answer yet, then we will try to get the answer for you. So, and also the second purpose of this is we want to recommend some courses. We want to get some advice from what courses to take from our seniors, from our faculty members, and from our colleagues. So for the first thing, degree requirements. So for the master degree in civil engineering, there are two options, and all of this information are retrieved from our CEE website. So if you are doing a thesis option, you need to have 30 credit hours in your coursework, and 6 of them must be thesis related. And then among the 30 of them, half of them should be civil engineering. So the course titles, the course code starting with CE. And also all of those should be approved by the faculty and the department. So if you are not doing a thesis option, you are just taking courses, then you need 30 credit hours. And I'm not sure about this one, but I just checked the website, and it says that they need to take a cumulating reading exam. So Dr. Han, is this still the case that they need to take this exam if they are not doing the thesis for master student?
Yeah, so it used to be there's a comprehensive sort of in-person exam at the end. Um, this year, we're temporarily, or actually no, we started last year, end of last year, so it's pre-COVID. So we're not going to have that exam anymore for course-only students. But I think those of you who are here, you're not going to take the course-only option, because course-only option is really for students. They are not doing research. They are not funded on research projects. They're not working with any particular faculty members. This is usually for, you heard about there is a TDOT program. We have about 20 to 30 of TDOT employees. They're trying to get master degrees. So TDOT pay for their tuition. And because their tuitions are paid for and they have a full-time job, so they are very unlikely to be engaged in real academic research with us. So they're taking 30 credit hours, which is 10 courses. And at the end, we used to have some kind of exam for them, reading paper, criticizing, and some written parts of some part. But we have done away with that, I think, last year for the entire civil engineering, not just transportation. So for those of you, unless you hear otherwise from your advisor, you should, if you're doing master degree, you probably should be doing a thesis, which is really a paper for TRB or for something else for publication. Yeah. Sorry, long answer.
Yeah, thank you for the clarification. Okay, so no longer needed to take the exam for the non-thesis option. Okay, and as I said that most of this information, they are from our website. If you haven't had a chance to look at it, it's very important to be familiar with the degree requirements, especially if this is going to be your first semester or you are in your first year. So go to the website, graduate programs, degrees and certificates, and then you can find the relevant information. Okay, and then for PhD students, the degree requirements are you need to take 72 credit hours, and then 24 of them must be the dissertation related, so that is CE 600. And when you register for that course, that will be associated with your faculty member. So it will be under your faculty member's name. And among the 72, 18 must be in graduate level civil engineering. So that is CE some 500 level or 600 level. And then among the 18, six of them must be 600 level. And also among the 72 credit hours, 18 of them they are in relevant fields, and this is a little bit subjective because it depends on what your committee approves to be your relative relevant fields. But one thing to be aware of is that six of the 18 must be in mathematicals. So it will be either be a statistical course or something that is technical. And also all the PhD students, they need to take and pass the qualification exam in 2 attempts after half of the coursework. So that is usually the fourth or the fifth semester. And also this is new information, I think, is that the C550 transportation seminar is no longer required. Is that right, Dr. Han?
Yeah, we fought that very hard. I was the one who set up 550. My original idea was for students to take it 3 times, each time 1 credit hour, and then it counts towards a course and it counts towards graduation. So there's incentive for students to participate, and we'll do a little bit more. We can expect students to do something, writing about their uh, what they found, or follow up or interact more. But we fought with the administration. They don't want to count it. They want all the students are required to take it, but yet the credit hour doesn't count towards graduation. So since then, we've been fighting it, and finally, we basically are our opposition is either you count it, or if you don't want to count it, then don't require it. So now we don't require it.
Yeah, but with that being said, that the transportation seminar is still great. So if you have time, make sure to attend that. I remember Dr. Cherry told me that basically what he said is that if you don't have a time conflict, then every Thursday from 4:30 to 5:45, you should be in the seminar. Yeah, but for the degree requirements, this is no longer required because we also received some concerns earlier that because every credit unit at our department, they will charge a fee. So that's why people may have this question, but the answer is no longer required. But everyone is highly encouraged to attend every seminar that we have.
Let me say something about that. Yeah,
Yes.
it's something like a $60 of a I forgot engineering fee or tech fee, but we have been arguing for students that this is just seminar, so you shouldn't be requiring that, and they don't want to move their threshold. They require the student have to pay out of their own pocket. So all the decisions you hear are basically we're fighting for the students' benefit. But in terms of a seminar, also the seminar itself has been eroded by several department heads in the past. We used to have seminars both semester, and we just run our own seminar. But then we have one of the department head want to have a civil engineering seminar on top of the translation seminar, and then they took over spring semester, saying spring semester you shouldn't have any seminar. Entire semester is for civil engineering. So you see, there's no translation seminar in spring anymore because it's supposed to all be civil engineering. But with COVID, it just everyone actually it's harder for people to take on more work, even though the travel is easy. But most of people don't want to travel virtually to do this. So we didn't really have much of seminars in spring. And other groups like environmental group, they just just didn't have seminar this semester, so it's hard. Yeah,
Yeah, and I think a lot of people are getting the Zoom fatigue.
yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, can you imagine 3 more years of this? Yeah,
Yeah, I actually have a friend who got into Harvard.
yeah,
He's in China, and
yeah,
then he got into Harvard, and then he got very excited, but then he cannot come to the U.S. And then his program is like only 1 year program, and then he's in the business school, so he needs to pay about $90,000 US dollar for that year. So it's very likely that he will get a Harvard degree without ever coming to the US.
yeah,
And yeah,
yeah.
so that's just yeah. Anyway, so for this one, the course degree requirement for concurrent master degree in statistics, I think this is the requirement that a lot of people get confused. So first of all, this is mostly for PhD students. But if you are a master student in civil engineering, you can also take this one. But that basically means that you need to do two masters within the same time limit, and that could be very challenging. But for PhD students, for example, you need to take 33 or 24 credit hours in statistics. And the reason why it's 33 or 24 is because you can use up to three courses to be counted both for the transportation degree and also the statistic degree. So if you have three courses that will be double counted, then the requirement drops from 33 to 24. And basically, those three courses, I remember I asked some of our faculty members earlier. So basically, all the civil engineering 550 courses and the 650 courses, those can be considered as the courses that can be counted both for the statistic degree and the transportation degree. Is that still the case, Dr. Han?
Okay. For master degree, you can have three courses. I just sent you a link in the chat to everyone, and there are two buttons there. On the left hand side is a for the for master in statistics, and the right side is applying for minor in statistics. So there's some information. If you go to the one for masters and go to the last page, there's some information there. And um, we have a group of executive committee for this program. This program used to be called IGSP, intercollegiate graduate statistics program. Now we added data science in the middle, so it's the IGSB SP program. So in that, there are some courses that 9 credit hours from our program will count towards master degrees. So you just mentioned that. Now, in terms of our own courses, it depends on the course's contents. If that course has a lot of statistics contents, then you should be able to count it. And I have asked Dr. Hatak to apply for his course in statistics, safety statistics course, to be counted towards as level B course. There are two levels, level A and level B course. So I haven't checked if that was approved. That should have been approved. So because he does use a lot of statistics and applied statistics, B is basically applied and more advanced.
Mhm.
So that should count towards it. Other courses, it depends on the statistic. In translation, we have a lot of courses that are not very technical or statistics related. So it depends. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the safety class is has been approved.
Yeah. I
That's
think
my
it's approved. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. And I think Dr. Kata's ITS course
Mm-hmm.
53. That one is probably also like one of those.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we will double check this
Yeah.
later.
I think it is. Yeah. He
Yeah.
he used a lot of statistics and a very applied statistics. So those are very suitable to be counted as level B. Yeah.
Right. Right. Yeah. And also we actually talked to Dr. Zaraski about this
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
this requirement, and then what he told us a couple of things. The first thing is you need to take two you like basically the requirement is that you need to take 8 level B statistic courses.
Mm-hmm.
And as Dr. Han said that some of the courses offered by our department they can consider as the level B statistic courses. And among the 8 of them, there are 2 that are mandatory that you have to take them. Is the 563 and 564. However, in the past, that they used to require people to take 537 and 538, but that is no longer required anymore. So if you can find substitutes of these courses, that will be fine. So just to recap, in order to get the concurrent master degree in statistics, you need to take 8 at least 8 level B statistical courses. Some of them they are offered by some of them they can be from our department if they are approved, and 2 of them must be the 563 and 564, and for the others you can find your match from the list of courses, and that list is available on their website.
Let me say something here, just for everyone's benefit. My students hear this all the time. There are a lot of students are taking a lot of courses because it's paid for the in their GRA or GTA arrangement, and it's nice for them to gain more knowledge. And some of them getting concurrent MS in statistics. Some people get it in without PhD, getting a concurrent MS in civil engineering. You basically don't need to do extra things. If you're getting PhD, you can get an MS at the same time. You just need to work it out, the details. Yang Song might want to look into that. And some students even getting into computer science and all that. All those are very nice for your resume and all that. But don't lose sight of this is mainly for the PhD student, which I think most of you are. Um, don't lose sight of the fact that you're here to get a PhD degree, and um, don't spend a lot of time taking courses. The experience towards PhD is way beyond the taking courses. I know some of the individuals like taking some comfort to retreat to the classroom taking courses because that's something they are familiar with the classes and exams and final exams. They know they can get A's, but I say this to my students and I exaggerate. Even if you take two, three, 500 courses, ace every one of them, it doesn't mean you're going to get a PhD. PhD is more about the creative process, the creation of a new knowledge. It's research related. So um, I have a different experience of a student who came here also from Georgia Tech. So he had a couple of courses. He got a B and B plus. I said, "Oh, what happened there?" He said, "I was doing research and I had no time for that." And I was really happy with his answer. He did very well with his dissertation. So in the end, it's your dissertation, it's your creative contribution to mankind, to the field, not how many courses you take. Just a little bit in there, so you don't forget about why you are here.
Yeah, yeah,
So
I agree. I feel like a lot of us we try to find something easy, right? To fill out our time, and then we feel accomplished because we are busy all the time. But at the end of the day, is what really matters is what goes into your dissertation, right? What are those chapters, and how progressive you've been on those chapters. Hard lesson to learn. Yeah, so thanks for the great advice. Okay, and then the second part of our workshop is just to provide information on what courses are offered next semester.
There's also 651, or did our internet die?
I think he may have frozen.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right. I'm back.
Yeah, but I think the 651 is not on the website yet.
Is it 652 or 651? I forgot which one. Anyway.
I think you offered 651 last semester, so that
Okay,
should
then
be
it's
652.
652. It's a traffic flow on the network. This is a very unique course. This course is very unique. It's not taught anywhere else.
Dr. Han, I've noticed that course is not yet on the like
website.
yeah, on the course selection website. Like essentially you can't register for it. It's not listed as available for next semester.
It's by appointment only.
Oh, okay.
No. I have no idea. I'll check with yeah. Sometimes things like that happen. I'll check.
Yeah. And if people have already taken that one before, then they cannot take it again, right? That is not a repeatable course.
No, it's not. Usually they are not repeatable, but you don't need to. You don't. You don't need to take it if you want to sit in and all that. That's fine. If you really want to learn something, taking courses is a very slow way. If you really want to learn something, go find a book. Go. Do a literature review. Find something and then read it. The courses are, you have a professor there, you can ask questions, you can have interactions, you have interpretations, a version of whatever original text, if there's textbook is about. I do not use textbook for all my other courses. This course, I use a very, very old textbook. I'll give to you because it's out of print already.
Okay.
So I give that to you for free. Yeah.
Yeah, great. And also among the three courses that will be offered, Dr. Cherry is offering a transportation policy and economics, and then he told me that this is only offered like every 3 years. So yeah, so this is a real offering. So if people are interested, make sure you register for this one. Also, we have Dr. Kata's transportation safety. That's every 3 semesters, right? So safety planning and ITS, they rotate. So this one should be counted towards a statistics degree. So you take one course and then you fulfill both requirements. Okay, and for the list of statistic courses, there are a couple of them. Those ones that are highlighted are recommended by the seniors in the past. So let's see. Yeah, especially for this one, 577. This one is taught by Dr. Hilaf, and I believed more than 3 cohorts of seniors, they recommend this course. So we recommended this course in the very first course workshop. So people took it, and then after they taken it, they still recommend it. So that's why if you need to make a hard choice, only picking one, this is probably the one that we will recommend. And if you want to know more about other courses, feel free to reach out to us and or reach out to me. I can help you to connect with the seniors who took it. So yeah, so we will not explain every single one here, but this is the one that we recommend in general. And to continue, there are other courses. Um, I noticed that there are some courses they are offered like only as a 1.5 credit hour courses. So how it works is that it's either the first half of the semester or the second half of the semester. So if you are thinking that, let's say if you are taking 3 courses and then you think that you can probably do one more, but you don't want to do that much, then probably those are the options for you. And for these 2 courses, we haven't had any students taken those before. So yeah, so we don't have any recommendations so far, but we would love that any of you take it so that the next time we are doing this, then we will have information related to that. And the reason why we list out transportation and statistics courses in the first is because those are the most popular courses that people take. But we also notice that people take courses for various reasons. And we said this in the very first workshop, is that university is like a buffet, right? All the courses that are available for you to eat, to take. But at the end of the day, it really depends on what you are trying to accomplish. Some people, for example, for master students, they just want to taste like a variety of food. And if that is the purpose, then feel free to take more courses. For PhD students, some people, they spend their entire 4 years taking the same courses from the same department. And that's perfectly fine, because if the purpose is to build depth in that area, feel free to do that. So that's why in this page, we are listing some courses that are either that can expand your horizon, or can deepen your specialization. So for example, many people in our department, they take geography courses because, well, first of all, if you do some spatial analysis, this is related. And second of all, geography courses are also those courses that help you to relax, quoting one of our colleagues. So it's not that stressful, but it gives you some, relaxing time. That's how I would put it too. So this one in particular, topics in the geography of transportation, is taught by Dr. Shao, and I took this one before, and then before I took it, some people recommended it as well. So this one is using Transcat to do some, transportation analysis. For example, how to calculate the shortest path, how to um, design a system that connects the most, how to put out a location, a facility location that serves the widest range of the neighborhood, things like that. So it's very applicable, and I will recommend this one. And also, some people, they, especially those who are relying on data analysis, or who want to get a job in data analytics after UT, they tend to take courses from the computer science departments. But we were also informed that those courses are really time consuming and challenging, especially if you don't have like a computer science background or programming background. But we list them out here for you. So deep learning, data mining, algorithm, those courses are available next semester. If you want to take them, make sure you register as soon as possible, because usually those courses, they are really popular. All right, and then the last Yeah, the second last slide is just so I sent out email asking every student, what are some of the advice you have in addition to the courses that you will recommend. So what we have is that most people, especially seniors, and it's just how amazing how fast time flies, right? The first time I was doing this workshop, I was more thinking about I want to learn from the seniors. But then now that when I'm doing this, it's more like I am one of those seniors, right? So anyway, so my advice and also other seniors' advice is that focus on the course requirements in your first 2 years, and then after you are done, spend your time in research. And also, if you want to take one of those courses that are really time-consuming and difficult, like the computer science courses, make sure you do that if possible in your first year, so that it doesn't consume your time when you need to focus on your research. And also in the first year, it's of importance to take sufficient statistical courses to build out your background, because you will need those knowledge to succeed in your qualification exam, to succeed in your research. And this is especially important for those of us who are not coming from a statistical background, who don't have like a transportation degree or don't have a quantitative degree in the past. Also balance comfortable and hard courses. So if you know that next semester you are going to take a computer science course, then make sure you also take one that's more comfortable within your knowledge. Maybe like a course that is similar to what you've taken in the past, or a course that is within your previous experience. So that may make things easier. And also always ask your faculty advisor about what is necessary. We heard many conversations that some students they take a course because they think it is necessary, but their faculty members may not agree, and they may say, okay, you don't have to take this, but sometimes the student feel obligated to do that. So make sure every semester when you register your courses, make sure you communicate that with your faculty advisor, so that both of you are on the same page in terms of balancing research and taking the courses to fulfill the degree requirements. And also we have some questions that people want to ask to Dr. Han. So I will just ask those questions. So Dr. Han, to your experience, how many courses do you think is manageable, like every semester for students?
I try not to take any courses, but for students, uh, um, it really depends. Some students doesn't really think about comfortable or whatever course. They just go in and take whatever they need and get it over with. But with what I said earlier, research being so important, you don't really want to spend the first year taking courses and not involving in research, and then your time is gone after 1 year. You haven't had nothing to show because doing or taking courses. I think it's somewhere around 3 courses to 2 courses will be very comfortable when you are doing research. As you progress further, you might want to reduce to 2 or even 1 courses per semester. I have seen some students making their life really hard, even close to graduation, still trying to finish some concurrent master degrees and taking a whole bunch of courses, and their quality of their research is suffer clearly, obviously. And we have been talking about this. The faculty have been talking about this, that students are taking a lot of courses in other department trying to get concurrent master engineering, I mean concurrent master's degrees, and this is counterproductive. I further want to let you know that your advisor is probably the single most important person in your program, in your curriculum here for PhD. For master is different. For undergrad, you probably don't even know most of the professors. But for PhD, your advisor is the most important person. And the research you do is him or her is the most important part of your dissertation. It's not about taking courses. So, so if you think about that, then you can work with your advisor and figure out how many courses you should be taking.
Yeah. So we heard from many people. So they will recommend that if you still need to fulfill your course requirements, 2 to 4 courses is like is a reasonable range. Most people take 3, and among those 3, you need to balance, right? You need something that's more challenging, and balance that with something that is more comfortable with you. So to follow on that, Dr. Han, would
Actually,
you? Yeah,
let me ask something about that. For those of you who are still to take the qualifying exam, even if you're transferred here or you had those courses before, you really want to take at least one course from each faculty members in transportation, so you know their their thought process a little bit. You know how they approach things. You know what they like, and more importantly, what they don't like. So the same question, if I ask something, or Dr. Cherry asks something, or Dr. Tak asks something, if we ask the same question, we might be expecting very different answers, a different approach to the question, and maybe even opposite answers because we have different philosophy, we have different approach to same problems. So you want to know that. Okay, sorry.
yeah, yeah. And speaking of the qualification exam, is the next qualification exam is actually not far away, right? It's next semester, so make sure that you get some advice from us to in terms of the course taking, as Dr. Han said, to prepare yourself for the exam. Um, so so to follow on that, Dr. Han, would you say that once students are done with the course requirements, that they should not take more courses and be 100% focused on the dissertation? Would you agree on that?
Yeah, that's kind of. I mean, there's you never say no, so you can take courses, but why are you taking courses? If you are taking a course to typically there are several reasons. One is that, okay, I want to learn this thing for my dissertation. Typically, you can learn it on your own much faster than spending entire semester to do it. It's not fast enough. If you need something done now, it take one semester to learn it, and at the end of the semester, you know, you still need to learn a lot more advanced things. So that's one thing. The second thing is, if you are doing it to beef up your CV, a lot of students are doing that. I again want to remind you, you want to get a PhD first. That's the most important part. Otherwise, you might leave with only master's degrees. That's you know. So focus on what you are doing. What you're doing is trying to get a PhD.
Yeah, and I think that that speaks for the hobby courses as well. Like some people, they are interested in multiple things. Maybe like one semester they are interested in data, the other semester they are interested in GIS, the third semester they are interested in supply chain. So I think we are getting the message here that focus on your research, your dissertation first, and then if you can find a better way to learn those subjects, you don't have to take a course. But you know, if you don't know where to start with, and that doesn't put your research at any risk, then you can probably manage like one hobby course, every semester or something like that. Okay, and the final thing, this is new, and this is yeah, something we like a couple of our seniors we try to put together is that if you are starting fresh, you know, in the fall, assuming that you start a semester in the fall, then what is a reasonable and good like a timeline of course taking? And you don't see a lot of things in the third and fourth year. That's because we kind of assume that with the first 2 years that you are basically done with your course requirements. And then once you pass the qualification exam and form a committee, then you should dedicate, if not 100%, then 80% of your time for your dissertation. And if you need something at that time, uh, take those courses. So for the first year, what we really recommend is 6 courses in your first year. So that could be 3 courses each semester, or 4 and 2, 2 and 4, depending on how you want to do that and the availability of the courses. But what we really recommend is that take Dr. House transportation characteristic 551 in the first year. That's very important, especially for those of the students who do not have a previous transportation background. And also, if you don't have a statistic background, then take this one, 537, statistic for research, as well as the categorical data analysis, because those 2 courses are recommended by our senior. They believe that those 2 courses connect them really well to understand the statistical methods. They are mostly taught and introduced by Dr. Qatar. So a lot of us, we said that if we have taken both 537 and 578 before taking Dr. Qatar's courses or the exam, then we will feel like we are at a better position. So this is our recommendation for you. First year, you need to take transportation characteristic for sure. You need to take, if possible, take 3 other transportation courses because when you are in your first year, it's the time to learn, right? To get to be familiar with the offerings, and also take these 2 statistical courses. And in your second year, we also yes,
Can I interrupt on something?
yeah, sure.
I want to share one course that might be helpful for people who want to explore machine learning. It's STAT 577 from Dr. Hailefu. That course is really good to, uh, understand basic machine learning and basic algorithm that you can use.
Yeah, we introduced that earlier, 577. So I will put it here. Yeah. Thanks for that, Nitesh. So for second year, in addition to like in second year, in addition to taking other transportation courses, they are the main thing that you are doing for a degree. Uh, we also recommend it's about time to, if you are interested in the statistic master degree, this is probably the right time to take both of this, because these are the only 2 courses that are required to get that degree. So this may be a time to do it. If you have something that is more important, you can do that later. It doesn't really change the whole plan. But we recommend that in your second year, especially before your qualification exam, make sure you take 2 statistical courses. So for example, 577, as Nitesh mentioned, that one is called data mining methods taught by Dr. Hilaf, just to build on your statistical skills. Or also, if you think that your research, after talking about it with your advisor, you believe that your research requires some specialized courses. For example, the data mining or machine learning or algorithm courses from the computer science department. Make sure you do that in your second year, because once you get to your third year and fourth year, you will not find time to dedicate that much to a course that can be time consuming. So you either take two statistical courses or those courses that are very specialized. And then after just 2 years, you will notice that you will need to take your qualification exam. And then after that, everything will be very different. Basically, you start focusing on your research. So we will say that for your third and fourth year, research is the main thing you are doing. If you think that there are some courses that will help with your research and your faculty advisor agrees with that, which will not affect your productivity, then feel free to do that. And in addition to that, especially in your final year, that you see that you want to be more, you want to expose to different things, to different possibilities for your career development. Maybe it's about time to take some hobby courses, just to get yourself up to speed with those things, or let your employers know that you have previous background in those areas. But all of that, as Dr. Han mentioned, that it should not interfere your dissertation, because that is the most important thing. And even though today the focus of this timeline is mainly for PhD students, but for master students, it's the same. The research is the most important part. And once you can get your research in a good shape, then it's probably about time to think about your career development. And in the future, we will also have a couple workshops on those topics. So that's all we have now. So any final questions or any final thoughts?
I have a question for Dr. Han.
Sure.
Yeah. So in the document you shared with us about the minor or master in statistics, there is one point that said all students with minor or master, they need a PhD committee member with the program approval. Can you just elaborate more on that?
Yeah, typically they have someone like Zareski, Dr. Zareski, but doesn't have to be him. Some other individuals will be sitting on your committee. They typically, Dr. Zareski typically is very nice, and he only asks questions or offer help when you get close or get to the topics related to statistics. You might say, oh, okay, you might want to look at someone's work or something. If you have an oral defense, or if you are have a dissertation proposal. But most of the time, they just want to be serving on your committee as a part of the contributing member. So for PhD, we typically have 4 people on your committee, and that's enough. And having someone from statistics still allow you 3. You can have more than 4 individuals on your committee if you feel like that takes up a spot. Okay, so it's not a problem.
Is there like a place in the website that where we can look and see who are the professors from statistics? Or for example, if I have you in my committee, that will serve this purpose, or I need also professor from statistics?
Typically, I see a statistics faculty on just about every one of my student PhD students committee, even though I'm the coordinator for the entire College of Engineering, but I still have Zareski or someone there. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. So
let me say one more thing. One more thing for you guys. Okay. As long as the course is listed in graduate catalog, even though it's not 500 level, you can still count towards a degree. So at the 400 level, there are some upper 400 level courses. They get to be listed in the graduate catalog. And if you find them there, they count also.
Yeah, I was going to mention the same thing because I only just learned that. So I thought it'd be helpful for other people to know as well.
Yeah. Very good. Yeah.
Because you might just assume that you can't take any 400 level classes, but it's not true.
No, some 400 levels are actually very good courses. They are typically not the required course. They are elected. And if you see them in the graduate catalog, then pay attention. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for that information. This is why we need this meeting. So any other questions, confusions, feedback that people may have? Because this is will be the perfect time to just to figure them out.
Let me add two more things if there's no question. Think about your questions. One, our college is in the process of putting together AI, ML sort of certificate program. So it's not a full master degree, but if you are taking artificial intelligence courses or machine learning or that type of things, computer science courses, there is a certificate we're going to try to come up with. Right now, we're still fighting two different versions of it. One is obviously led by computer science EE faculty. The other one is led by industrial engineering. But one of them is going to win out. Probably there'll be some compromise to have one. And then when you graduate, you can get a certificate for machine learning or artificial intelligence. And you probably will be taking some courses in that anyway. So something to pay attention to the development. Another thing is you didn't list many things in summer. Summer is a good time to catch up with research, and not a lot of courses offered, but sometimes that might be offering of visiting, good offering faculty, visiting faculty, or study abroad. I tried to get a study abroad going this year to Taiwan, and that will be very transportation slash sustainability related, but obviously I should have gone. Taiwan's one of the few spots in the world that actually very safe for under COVID. But we're trying to see next year or subsequently we might still do it, and that will count. That will be a course that you can count towards graduation also.
Yeah, that will be nice. I haven't done any travel since March. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other final questions? Final thoughts? Okay. If not, we will conclude here. And thank you so much for Dr. Han's time to participate. I think we got a lot of questions, figure out. And yeah, so yeah, and Tora just said thank you, Dr. Han. So I think it's very, our faculty members are always like a very important part of our community. So that's why, within IT WTS, we also want to, create more platforms so that more opportunities so that we can interact. Sometimes it's easier that we just bring everyone together and talk about things. Because the reason for this workshop is that we noticed that there are many individual conversations going on. But if we can make those information publicly available for everyone, that is going to help a lot. That is the purpose of us doing this. With that, thank you so much for everyone for attending, and have a good week, Monday and a week. So I will end the meeting. So thank you, Dr. Han, and goodbye.
Okay, you're welcome.
Thank
Yeah.
you.